I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies, and the incredible Vivian Panka. Woo-hoo! Guys, I am mind blown because why did I think Vivian was just like an Essex girl? I don't know why. I thought you were British. She's from Holland. Does everybody know this? Have I been living under a rock?
I feel like people think I'm American a lot.
You sound American.
Yeah, but I'm not. I've only been once, which was last year.
So how have you got an American accent?
This is like my interview story, but I learned it through like movies and stuff, mostly High School Musical 1, 2, and 3. So
did you come and see Great Gatsby? No. Corbin was in it.
I know, and I have talked about it to a lot of people. If I were to meet one of like the original like cast members, I think I would
die.
Yeah. What about you?
I had to kiss him 8 shows a week. My inner child was literally screaming every day.
Do you feel like that feeling went away quite quickly and you're like, oh yeah, we're mates now? Yeah.
Even in rehearsals, I was like, he's normal.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
But still, he's like Chad.
He's Chad. He's Chad. If you'd have told little me, he's going to kiss Chad.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
He like is besties. Well, he's friends, or he was friends with Zac Efron, who's like everyone's.
I know, and they follow each other on Instagram, and that for me like altered a part of my brain because I thought if he posts a picture of me, Zac is going to see it.
I know, that's crazy. He might have
seen it. He might have seen my face.
That's crazy. I know. I love him so much.
So let's go back because we have to talk about you. So current day, Vivian is starting rehearsals for Mean Girls tomorrow. Oh, that's me. Tomorrow. But we're going to delve into that. So you grew up in Holland.
Yes.
When did you come over to the UK?
I moved during COVID 2020, right before Brexit was like finalized.
And did you come over for musical theatre?
For musical theatre, yeah.
You thought, I
don't know what I was thinking. I feel like you have to take risks sometimes, and I know a lot of
paid off, girl.
I know a lot of Dutch people who trained here, which is probably smart to like train here and like get to know people. I didn't do that. I just came here with a dream. During COVID, I remember, Trafalgar Square was like empty at the time, and I lived in Zone 2. I lived in Maidavale, so I could just walk there, and it was just like a crazy time to be, because everyone's like, why did you move during COVID? But honestly, it was kind of chill.
Yeah,
it was kind of chill. And then when things started picking up, I found an agent, and I had like 2 auditions. One was Dear Evan Hansen in town. Isn't that so crazy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, it was always meant to come into your life.
And the other one was
9 to 5. Which you took over from me on tour.
Well, no, you did the tour before COVID. Do you remember?
Did I? I love that you're telling me you did that.
And then it was COVID, and then you just didn't come back, I guess.
I was only scheduled for 3 months.
Well, no, it wasn't the same time.
No. Then you did Judy right after me.
After COVID.
Okay.
2021. Okay. And I think you did like 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, we have a lot to delve into.
I know.
Because I remember being drunk at a bar.
Yes. In Nottingham.
Yeah. And you were there.
I was there for Dear Evan Hansen tour rehearsals.
What?
Yeah.
And then I remember the next morning, when you're like drunk with the girls and you like hung over with the girls and you're like, oh, this person. And someone was like, oh, Vivian Panka was there. And I was like, was she? Was I that drunk?
A little bit, maybe.
Did we speak?
We did speak. I'm glad.
That post-show fatigue.
You remember. We did speak, but only for like a little bit. And I was there because I think Arthur and Eleanor were there.
Yes, Arthur was there.
Yeah, I was just coming to say hi.
Sorry, that's how I was just...
And Joshua, or Lair.
Josh Lair.
Yeah.
Josh Horrocks.
Yeah. I feel like we have a lot of people that we've both worked with, but we've never worked with each other.
But apologies, I meet a lot of people in this industry drunk for the first time, and then I'm like, did we meet? Michael Lindsay said to me, we met in the after party of the Oliviers, and I was like, I don't have a single memory of that.
That's so funny.
I know.
I love that. But
Well,
you're
freedom.
really good with that because you definitely had a show the next day. And I know you would have just been fine.
I just powered through. So you trained at Codarts University of the Arts.
Yeah.
From 2013 to 2017.
Must we delve deep into
We're
the
delving
dates?
deep. Delving deep. Because
That's really showing my age, isn't it?
Oh, no.
2017. That's so long ago.
It's nearly a decade ago.
I know. I feel old.
I graduated in 2016, so.
Yeah, but I did a 4-year course, so same.
Girl, I'm with
I
you.
know, it's so crazy. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then you went on to Identity School of Acting for 1 year.
Where did you find this?
I deep delved. That's my job.
That was like an online course that I did in the UK, and that's where I met a lot of my friends as well. So my agent, that wasn't through there, but like I met a lot of people. So if people are listening and they're like, oh, how do I work in this industry? Do I need to go and train? I mean, my training wasn't a big thing here because it was in a different country, but I met a lot of people through short courses and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
Wow, that's a really good tip. We've never had that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to like get to know your peers as well as like casting directors and agents.
Yeah,
and stuff like that and be seen.
Exactly. Yeah. And when did you know as a child, I want to do musical theatre?
It was High School Musical. I know I shouldn't talk. Like, it's one of those things that I just bring up in every interview I do. But it's like, that is...
Genuinely,
yeah, why? Like, I remember watching it on TV, High School Musical, the first one, and it was dubbed in Dutch, which is so crazy, isn't it?
I would love to experience that.
It was crazy. I didn't speak English at the time. I was like, 10 years old or something. And so I watched that and I was like, oh, I wanted to sing, dance, not anymore, but I wanted to sing, dance, and act. It wasn't that I wanted to do musical theater per se. Even when I went to uni, I was just like, no, I want to be an actress and I want to be a singer. So how can I do all of that?
Oh, okay.
And then I went into training and just kind of rolled into.
So predominantly your first love was singing and acting, like storytelling.
Yes.
Through song.
Yes. Yeah. It's still my favorite thing in the world. And then High School Musical just kind of, I think for a lot of us, like our generation, was like, it was a big, big thing. We learned all the dances. I knew all the dialogue. Like, I loved it. And I was like, oh, I want to be in movies. I want to be, you know, on TV or on stage.
And like, when you think about it, there wasn't many like movie musicals back then.
Not for
our generation,
age, I guess. Yeah. I mean, there was like Grease at the time, but like we were way too young for that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that came out and
it was like a new era, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it really was. Because like then you had Camp Rock and all of that coming out, and they put more money into things. But High School Musical 1, like they didn't put any money into that. They were just like, oh, it's just gonna be like a made-for-TV cheap movie, and then it went viral. Viral.
And it was like about people, children, teenagers like coming of age. Like there was nothing of that, was there?
Yeah.
I love that. And now look at us. We've got Wicked. We've got
the Wicked movie. Imagine growing up on the Wicked movie.
That we're going to have a whole new generation of like superstars coming up from that.
Because that is, I mean, I love High School Musical. I love it so much. But Wicked, like the production and the acting and all of that is like next level. Imagine growing up on that.
I know. You're lucky. So lucky. So you start tomorrow as Regina George. Has it sunk in yet?
No and yes. It's like, you know when you get the call and you're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And then now I'm like, I need to now do the actual job.
Do the work. Produce it.
Yeah, and actually be seen doing it, which that's scary, isn't it? You're like, oh, when I sing the songs in my room, I'm like really enjoying it, but now I'm gonna have to do it on stage and people watch me. I know that's our job, but still, it's weird.
I know.
But I'm so excited. I'm excited to meet everyone, like all the different teams.
Yeah,
and you've already met all of your people. It's just like an exciting day, isn't it?
You're working with Sophie Perret.
Yes.
Kiara.
Yes.
So I did Gatsby with them.
Yeah, I know.
They're amazing.
I know, they're so lovely.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
And both of them are doing their lead-in debuts.
I know, crazy. How exciting. And together as well, which
is
so
cute.
Yeah,
I'm so
perfect.
glad. I'm so glad. So what, like, talk me through. Audition came into the inbox.
Right.
What were your thoughts? Like, this has got to be mine.
So my agent, you know how this works, but some people might not, but your agent can submit you for a specific part. And he submitted me for Gretchen, which right? So I was like, cool. But I felt like it was time for me to audition for Regina. Not that I thought I was going to get it. I 0% thought it was mine. I was just like, oh, it'd be nice to be seen for both. And they were like, yeah, cool. And then I did my first round. This was on a Monday. And I did my Regina stuff first, thank God, because that was so scary. Because there's a piano and you singing all the heart bits.
I know.
In the middle of the song. Just start there. Just do that.
Just go for it.
So crazy. So that was, I did that first, and then I did the Gretchen material. And then they were like, oh, can you do this extra scene? Can you just sight read Regina? And I was like, wait, sorry, what? I was like, oh my God, they
Rewind.
like me for this part. So I did it. And then they were like, yeah, so next time. So I already knew I had a recall.
Okay.
We want to see you for Regina. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I walked out. I was like, this is crazy. And
But
then
your gut knew.
I don't know if I knew. I just really wanted it. I mean, it's a great part.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. And then I was like, the recalls in the email, it said it was going to be in September. So that night I went out. I went to Freedom. I never really go out, but I was like, oh, I just need to
Also celebrate, babe.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I did a good job, because that was the only thing I was just like, oh, I want to do a good job and not you see the same people over and over again. You just want to be good.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it went well, and I was like, okay, let's just, go out. I was going to see my friends anyway. Then I got a call from my agent the next day that I had a recall that week, and my voice is gone, and I had to be somewhere. So they were like, can you please come on, let's say it was Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. to just sing everything through so we can send it off to America, which, by the way, is where Tina Fey lives. You know what I mean? Tina Fey, those people are gonna watch this tape of me singing at 10:30 a.m.
Where did they film that?
Dominion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm just thinking about the acoustics. Was it upstairs?
It was just on the first level, the little stairs, not all the way up.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
It's not the worst one.
It's not bad.
No, but it was early and I had no voice. But it went well. And that was
Did you say give me some grace? It's 10:30. I mean, they would have given you grace anyway.
Did. They were like, I'm so sorry. It's so early. I was like, thanks. And it wasn't. I didn't think.
Well, obviously went well.
It went all right. I didn't think I was gonna book it or anything, but when I was waiting to hear back, that's when you really start to be like, oh, please, let this happen, please. Yeah, it was so close. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I never have a normal audition story or a normal rehearsal story. I don't know what this is with me. It's always
I know what you mean.
It's always crazy fast or 60,000 rounds. It's either or.
Yeah. Sometimes, and then it's
How was your? I want to know.
I went in for Legally.
When was this?
This was April. No, wait. No, I just moved into the new house June.
Okay, that's also so long ago.
Yeah, so I went in. My first round was fantastic. I absolutely nailed it. I really got on with the cast, with the creatives, and if it wasn't for that going so well, I don't know if I would have booked the job, because and then I went in for a dance round, and then my final.
How do you do a dance round? Mm-hmm. Is there that much dancing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which I was love, because I love a dance round.
Yeah.
And then and Ben was in the same dance round as me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, which I hated that. I never want to do a dance round with him again, because Is
he amazing?
No, he it's just your partner being in the same dance round as you. You're like,
did you get the ick?
I didn't get the ick,
For
but
yourself.
I was trying not to look. I was like, I don't want to put him off. I was like that. And then my final was treacherous. So we'd just moved into our new house the night before. So we'd packed all of the old house, moved it over. We only had one day to do it, because I was still in Gatsby and Ben was doing Shucked at the time.
Yeah.
And we had no blinds on our window. So I woke up at 4:30 a.m. My mattress was on the floor. And I was so stressed about this. And I hadn't had real time to go over this stuff. I tried to move my final. They were like, we can't move it.
Yeah.
I went into the audition. My eyes were puffy. I didn't know. Because I had barely slept. And I hadn't learned the new material that they sent me for a final. I think that's really bad form to not learn the material off by heart. So I was holding the script.
I mean,
but I booked it. I booked it that day.
Yeah, but also like I don't think it's good. Let's not say that that's good. If you're going in for auditions, like obviously
Be prepared.
But like sometimes stuff does happen.
Yeah.
And I'm glad if you're right for the part.
I know. And as well, I think I was making them laugh a bit because basically they made me sing Legally Blonde, and I said, guys, I started it and I was like, I'm so sorry, can I restart, because I'm numb inside and I feel nothing. And they were like pissing, and I just thought, maybe I had a bit of word vomit in the audition.
Yeah.
So maybe I was giving it L vibes, I don't know. Anyway, I booked it.
You booked it, the rest
but
was
history. But it was a bad audition. It was my worst audition I've ever done.
It was bad.
I just felt underprepared, which is the worst. When you're going in for a final, the last thing you want to be is unprepared.
Yeah.
Because I actually find that quite rude.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But also, like, it makes you feel so much more nervous. Because I feel like preparation is like half of the nerves.
Yes, exactly.
So you probably also felt uncomfortable, and maybe it wasn't as bad from their point of view, but for you, like, and what you're used to, it's just...
Yeah, I just remember my eyes feeling really heavy, and it was in umbrella rooms in that god-awful...
I have never booked anything I auditioned for. I mean, I've only done 2 auditions there, but like that, they never go well.
No. You have to be so like stern vocally. I feel like I have to place it in a complete different place for it to actually sound good in that space. But three jobs I've booked from umbrella rooms, but it's only because I change how I sing things so it sounds good.
That's so
I don't
funny.
sing it like organically.
I haven't been there in ages, you know? What is that new one? There's a load of auditions there now. It's like green. It's green and it's like near Farringdon.
Oh.
Like there's been so many auditions.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Do you know which one I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do. It is in Farringdon.
Greatest Showman was there. The auditions. And it's so nice. Book of Mormon, I auditioned for that.
Was Shook there as well?
I didn't audition for that.
Yeah, Shook was there.
Yeah.
Got cut first round.
Wait, what were you in for?
Maisie.
I don't know the show. I don't know why I asked.
I was just like, fine then. And they hired
That's what's
Ben.
so funny. Like you can have such amazing, like such an amazing career, and people just think you just walk into the room and just get every role. But actually, there's like so many. You can get like this amazing role, and the next time you go in for an audition, get cut first round.
There was a stint after Pretty Woman where I got cut. I got cut from 5 different auditions, no recall from either one.
That's crazy.
And then I booked Gatsby. So, do you know how
I'm so sad I didn't go to see that, by the way.
Oh my
and
God,
I heard you were amazing.
I
know. I don't know.
Were you on tour?
I think so for most of it, but I've seen so many things. And then, do you know what?
What? I
saw this video, and it was a backstage. Either it was Corbin that posted it, or was it the video where I don't know everyone's names. George Corbin. He did like all the.
Oh yeah.
It was one of. I think Corbin posted something, and I was like, oh my God, this is closing soon. I need to go see it. But it was on closing night that he posted it, so I just didn't go.
Anyways,
see it.
I don't think it's gonna come back. There's no talk of it coming back.
No, but I wanted to see all of you. Like
I know Rachel Tucker.
Right.
Kill me now.
Yeah.
She was unbelievable. Jamie Moscato.
I don't want to. I watched his podcast with you this morning.
He is the coolest man.
Is he?
His heart rate is at 0 all the time. Like
That's crazy.
Nothing phases him.
That's crazy. And he's also one of those people that I'm like, oh, you've done like so many like similar projects and stuff, and we've never met.
Crossed. Yeah. Are you excited to play Regina then?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah.
And are you ready to tour again?
No, I think I'm ready as I'll ever be. Like 2 tours, you know this. Like you know how to plan for these things, but I just have this nice place now, and I have my own really nice mattress, and I have my things in one place.
And you have to let it all go.
I have to let it all go.
Just for a bit.
Just, yeah.
What is the schedule? Are you doing weeklies?
We're doing weekly.
Yes.
I've never done like sit down ones.
I haven't.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I know.
Sounds great, guys.
We might be us one day.
We'll work
together.
I know. Yeah, no, we're doing weekly, and then some Mondays as well.
Really? What? 7?
8 shows will be Monday to Saturday.
Yeah,
and then
that was Pretty Woman tour for me.
Really? I find that, I don't know, but I'm...
One day off.
Yeah,
and
I
a travel
find that
day.
hard. Yeah.
It is. Just got to look after yourself.
Yeah.
And will you come home in between?
Well, I was gonna, but with the Monday shows, I'm like, I'm probably gonna give up my flat.
That is, yeah.
Yeah,
that is one thing about Legally. We do get Sunday, Monday off.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of 8 show weeks though?
I do 7. I'm doing 7.
Yeah, so for you it actually doesn't.
Yeah, so we open on a Tuesday, close, but there's double in the middle of the week.
But you don't have to do
No,
that.
I don't have to do it. But I do think, I know it sounds treacherous, but get all the shows done, have 2 days off.
2
we
days.
get a weekend.
Yeah.
So our recovery time, although it's like packed, so you may as well just like whack it all out.
I agree.
And then go home.
I agree. I say I agree, but I don't know. Because I've never
Done that schedule.
I've never done it. And now that I'm like, okay, I'm going to be just traveling on the Sunday, and then maybe have the Monday off, or have one show on the Monday and have like more daytimes. Maybe I'll like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, on tour, I feel like there isn't much to do if you don't want to do it.
True.
If you want to be a house hermit,
That's
you
gonna
can
be,
be.
9 to 5. I was like you. And I used to go out all the time. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And then on Dear Evan Hansen, I learned to prioritize other things. And it was the gym.
Like your mental health.
like my voice. Yeah, no, I'm going to be like that this time. I don't know. You have a voice of steel, I've heard from everyone.
I can drink.
You can do, yeah.
When I was younger, yes. Not so much anymore.
Really?
No.
Like I feel like that.
I won't be drinking on this job, babe.
No, because I heard it's really.
I didn't drink
a
on
big
Gatsby.
thing. You didn't?
No. I had a couple. I did 2 hungover shows and it broke me in half.
Yeah, it's hard. And then you're just like, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? No, it's not.
No. And I got a lot done. I got a lot. I
Yes.
was so productive. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that this time.
Yeah.
Boring.
No. Health is wealth.
Health as well.
Right. Let's talk about Dear Evan Hansen tour.
Okay.
You played Alana.
I did.
Was it incredible?
It's one of my favorite shows.
I know.
And I still listen to the soundtrack. Honestly, and this sounds crazy, but Mean Girls and Dear Evan Hansen are some of my favorite shows.
So you
ever.
manifested them into your life.
Yeah, I mean, they've been with me for like the past 10 years because that's how long ago they came out, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think
That's scary.
Dear Evan Hansen was like 2016.
That scares me.
And Mean Girls was like 2018, I think. So a long time. And I've just been listening to it, and it's not manifesting in the way that I'm like, I must get this part and do this. It's just more like, oh, I really like appreciate this material, and I would love to, be a part in the show. Yeah.
To do it.
And like I said, I auditioned for Dear Evan Hansen back in 2021. That was like a whole story. I think I still could have done it, but then covered. But I got Judy, so I was like, I'll just go on tour.
Yeah.
And I was like, it'll be fine. Like, it will come back if it's meant for me. And it literally was. Like, isn't that so crazy?
And you did with Alice Fern.
I know. I love her.
I mean, she is.
She's fantastic. She's also like one of those really chill people.
I know.
She's just, I can't imagine her being Elphaba, because if I had to play Elphaba, I'd be a nervous wreck. I'd be probably a horrible person because I'd just be nervous all the time and not talk to people. She just...
Apparently she'd whack out 8 shows a week like it was nothing.
Yeah, because her voice is...
Steel.
It's literally solid.
I know.
Yeah, and she would also be there like to give advice, like obviously mostly to Ryan, because Ryan had to do the whole sing. Me, not so much. But if there was like ever anyone with vocal issues or anything, she would just like give them advice, and everyone would just go to her because she just...
Well, she's filled with knowledge, isn't she?
Absolutely. She's a vocalist.
And did Ryan enjoy the tour? We need to get Ryan on the podcast. We haven't got him on.
Yeah, he'd love that. He loves the app. Ryan enjoyed the show in the way that I think you can as Evan on tour.
A lot of responsibility.
It
isn't
is.
it?
But he's
massive thing.
It is. But for him, honestly, it sounded just healthy and good all the time. And he was really chilled. He was also not one of those people that was really stressed, especially not to like anyone, just like random people. Like sometimes he'd come to me and be like, actually, I'm like stressed. Yeah. But it was never him taking it out on anyone, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was very
polite,
gracious, and he was...
I heard he was amazing.
He is amazing. I think he's a wonderful actor as well. Like, I think he's brilliant. I have nothing but good things to say about these people. Like, I've done quite a few shows now, but Dear Evan Hansen was like, I was in a room filled with talent. Like, it was like incredible talent that I just looked up to.
Yeah.
And it just makes you, I think, a better actor.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I was talking about this to somebody else. It like elevates you, doesn't it?
100. You have to be on their level.
Yeah. It's like when I was doing the table read for Gatsby, and I was kind of looking around me, and I was thinking, fake it till you make it, girl. Just elevate yourself, and then naturally you do go there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, Gatsby must have been crazy for you. Like the names in that is just.
I was shitting myself on that
Yeah.
first table read. I thought, oh my god, kill me now.
No.
Heathers. We have to talk about Heathers.
Not me. I was drinking my drink. Yes.
So you played Heather Duke,
I did.
and you did the film.
I did.
So you were in that era of Heathers.
That was my start.
What?
Yeah.
You started with a film?
This was another one of those auditions. I'd done a tape and then one audition with Eleanor, which is so funny. We were in the same room singing at the same time. It was very wild. I'm not going to go into that in this podcast, but we were in the same room. So it was Eleanor, another girl, and then Jasmine, who ended up getting the part later on, and me. And we didn't know that there was going to be a movie made at this point. So when I got the offer through, and I was obviously doing a double show day, so in between I was sat at Papiano's, and I got an email, and it was like, this is your contract, and then it said the movie contract will come later. And I was like, I called my agent. I was like, what do you mean? Is this like some jargon that I don't know? And then apparently there was going to be a movie that was going to be filmed. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that so crazy?
My gosh.
And it was also start next week. Like, you start next week with rehearsals. Yeah, it was crazy.
So you went straight from 9 to 5 into that?
I think it was like 1 month. It felt like it was 6 months because that was my first job, 9 to 5. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm never going to book anything ever in my life again. But it was quite quick. Yeah. Yeah. And then we had the rehearsals, and then we did all of the shots. So we had like cranes and stuff. So we did everything obviously not in order. So when you're like filming a movie or whatever, it's usually not in order of the actual script.
Which is difficult if you're following emotion.
It is difficult, but that's what everyone does though. Like for movies and stuff, like you can film your last scene
at the start,
you know, and you might not even know like your cast member that you're doing this like really emotional
but
scene
how are
with.
you supposed to build up that emotion?
I don't know. I think you just
gotta go there, gotta get there.
Yeah, go through the script and like do the work. I mean, I'm saying that what I did was Heather's very different than like an Oscar-winning movie, but it was weird because I'd never done the show from start to end. So we were, do you know what I mean? Because we did all of the filming first, and then we had 2 live shows on one day, like a double show day that was filmed from like they had 3 cameras in the audience, and then cameras aiming at the audience. We did 2 full runs, and like parts of that show or those shows are in the movie. That was the first time I actually ran it.
I'm just thinking about even singing the material into your voice. It takes me at least 10 working business days.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a thing. Like it could have been that we did Never Shut Up Again on day 2 and then Candy Store on day 4, and like it was all. I know you've never seen Heather, so that makes no sense to you.
How do you know?
I watched your podcast and you're like, I've never seen Heather's.
I've never seen Heather's, ever.
I've seen it twice now, so I guess.
I just haven't always been working when it's been on. So I've never had the opportunity to watch it, like, live.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
Alice has also never seen Heather's, and she will never. She was like, I will never, it's not my thing. But you're like, oh yeah, no, I couldn't because
I couldn't, I was working.
No, you would watch it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if it came back, yeah. I've never watched, I've never, ever.
I think you would like it, you know? The music's very
I
good.
auditioned for the first ever cast.
Like the Carrie cast?
Yeah. Yeah. And I got
for
cut.
what?
Cut.
Do you remember?
I'd have to look through my emails, but it was on tape.
That's
I had to tape for it.
Because that is a long time ago. How long ago is that?
Like I was in like my old house when I was living with my girls, so it was years ago.
I think you would like the show. I don't think you would like to be in it. I'm just thinking who would
I don't even know the storyline of it. Like, so I couldn't even tell you. I've never even listened to the soundtrack.
You should. The music is probably, in my opinion, the best thing about the show. I love it so much.
Okay, I will.
Also, Larry O'Keefe.
I know. I know.
And you know Legally Blonde very well.
I only tend to listen to musicals that I could potentially be in, and I've never seen Heathers as one I could potentially be in. I don't know why. Apart from Hamilton, I do know Hamilton off by heart from start to finish.
You could still be in that.
I
could just dance in it.
I could be DC.
You could. I still want to do Hamilton. Should we do that next?
Yeah.
You'll be like the bullet. The bullet.
I could be the bullet. Because I've done Strictly now, guys, so now I'm the professional dancer.
Yeah.
I'm strong enough to be the bullet. That's a hard track. It's probably one of the hardest tracks of the whole show.
I know. Wait, wasn't it Ariana DeBose?
Yes.
Who was
How mental is that when you actually think that Ariana was the bullet and like where she's from there to now?
She was hosting the Tonys like 2 years ago.
I know. She did that incredible rap.
Angela Bassett
did the thing.
And then I don't remember, but yeah, in the pink thing. Yeah, crazy. I mean, I feel like everyone in that musical, everyone has gone on to do amazing things.
Yes.
Like the original cast, which is so crazy.
Every cast has been strong. Like everyone's,
That's true.
I feel like even if people doing their first show at Heathers, that has birthed their career.
Oh, you're talking about Heathers?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Hamilton.
Oh, I love Hamilton. Sorry, I was talking about Heathers. You could do Hamilton. Who would you play in Hamilton? Mary.
Mary.
Who's Mary?
Virgin Mary?
No, who's the one that does...
Do you mean Peggy?
Is Peggy the one that's the mistress?
Yeah. I don't want to do that one.
But she's got the best song.
I think Eliza has the best songs.
Eliza's a difficult track.
Yeah, I love it. I want to do that.
To the groom. She got yo, yo, yo.
No, that's she does not. Okay, quote me on this.
Oh, wait. Oh, you want to do Burn?
You think that's a boring role? You can say it. It's fine.
Maybe my preference would be because I'd want to be the mistress.
You want to be the mistress or the rapper?
Mistress.
Okay.
I love that.
Peggy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would be
it's
any
like
of them, I think you would be
enough.
Peggy.
You're in it enough, but you're not in it too much for the responsibility.
That is true. I do look for a lot of jobs like that.
Supporting
I think
lead.
I kind of nailed that this time. And I know you might think not, but I think I kind of nailed it.
I actually have never seen Mean Girls either, so I don't know. I was working. No, guys. I actually tried to see Mean Girls, but I was working. I couldn't. We had this... I've never seen Mean Girls.
Okay, do you want to... you can come watch us.
Yeah, exactly. And I will, because I know so many people in it.
You do? Okay, I'll tell you why I think my character is the best. Because, as in, like, not my character, sorry, my track. It's because it's an iconic character.
Mm-hmm.
You have two... Okay, the songs are quite hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but it's only two. And she isn't on all the time. Whereas Emily... I'm sorry, she's
Emily
on
Lane, my
all
love.
the time. We love... She's on all the time. So I feel like I...
Princess
kind of have
track.
a little bit...
It's like Jordan Baker. You come on.
You do wonderful songs.
You do one big song.
Everyone loves you.
Yeah. And then, boom.
Yep, you can sit in your dressing room.
Love.
Perfect.
You're going to love this.
I really am excited about it. Yeah.
But I do know Regina's songs.
Yeah, because they're iconic. You need to... What?
Is it Burn?
That's Hamilton.
Wait, which one's the...
World Burn.
World Burn.
Okay, that's close. Yeah, I guess.
World Burn.
That is really funny, though. Burn.
Burn. That's Hamilton.
A toast to the groom.
What part of Mean Girls is that?
It's someone gets hurt.
Someone
you know
gets
that one,
hurt.
I think. Oh. Please zoom in. Thank you.
I do need to clean up on my knowledge.
I've
got lots of long drives to do, so I need to listen to
What is your favorite
Mean
musical?
Girls.
Like, what do you...
Hamilton is my favorite musical. Obviously, I'm never going to be in it, but I can appreciate it so much. I think it's so well written. I love
So
Lin-Manuel.
Yeah. Have you met him?
It's a sensitive subject. Because I was his Campbell Davis in Bring It On in the UK.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And then it obviously got cancelled. Anyway, I ended up going to see Sunset Boulevard in New York. And it was Mandy Gonzalez's debut as Norma Desmond.
Okay.
It was a big evening. James was there. Me and James were there together. And Lynn was there. And I asked him for a selfie. He said no. It's okay, though, because Hamilton's still my favourite.
But...
It hurt me so much. I don't know.
Was he, like, maybe really busy or something?
No.
Oh.
No. I just don't think he liked to look at me, but it's fine because I was his Campbell
Did you say that?
I was his
though?
original. I should have opened with that, Vivian. I should have said,
Yeah.
"Oh, just to let you know, I was the person that played Campbell."
What did you do? Did you go, Lynn, please, may I have a selfie, please?
Yeah.
And he was like,
No. He said no. I
You
said,
should have
fair
had
enough.
No, you should have had someone else go up and like, this is
Yeah,
Amber.
Can
and
I just
she's-
introduce you to
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
We should have made me more important, James.
Oh my gosh. Next time.
Final subject. Judy Bernly.
Oh my god.
We have a mutual
that feels
connection.
like so long ago. For you, even more, but
Babe,
it's
anything pre-pandemic feels like a different lifetime.
right.
Literally feels like a different
Do you know what I was thinking about? That was like your first big
And that was
show,
yours.
and it was mine too.
I know, so it, like literally we started the same.
That's crazy.
I know.
I have her scarf.
My scarf.
Well, there's multiple.
Oh, your scarf. You have Judy's scarf.
Judy's scarf. I have your scarf.
I was like, mine.
I have your scarf in my house. I have the little pink scarf, and I asked if I could have it, and like the head of wardrobe said no.
Did you just take it anyway?
No, the assistant put it in my bag
Oh.
because they had loads.
But you must have done it with a lot of the same cast then.
I did it with Louise, who you did it with.
Louise Redknapp?
Yeah. So she did it for 6 months, and then Claire Sweeney took over.
Okay, I didn't do it with Claire, but I love Claire.
Well, yeah.
So you
love
did
Claire.
it with Louise?
Yeah, for like 6 months. And then
I am
Yeah,
the most.
loads of your cast.
I just put myself under a rock, honestly. So who else would you have done it with?
Kirsty, John,
Kirsty Shaw, John Reynolds,
Emily.
Emily Woodford.
Yes. Yeah. And I did it with Bex, but you worked with Bex after me.
And you're going to be working with Bex
Again.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Who else? Loads of people. Alex. Like, loads of people were... We had, like...
Half of them.
Half of... Ricardo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, half of them were from town.
Because basically, I did in my contract. I did the first year, and then in my contract, I had to take it on its first 3 months of the tour.
You had to.
Yeah,
I know a story.
go on.
There was once a time that they... This was like a legend. There was once a time that they oiled...
That was our opening in Birmingham.
Was your opening? With the tracks.
Yes,
And
they
you went
oiled
on
the
stage and
tracks.
everyone fell.
Yeah, so it was like a complete. Obviously, Judy's entrance is like the last one, you know. So like everyone was coming off,
Yeah.
going, "Oh my god, it's really slippy," and I was thinking, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Then they stopped the show. They wiped. We went back on. Same thing happened
Yeah.
again. So they came off and they were like, "Can you put your own shoes on?" So I was wearing Judy's opening outfit with Balenciagas.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right?
Did you finish doing the show?
Well,
Surely
they
not.
started heckling at us.
Because of your shoes?
No, because people were like, "Guys, let's stop. Like, this isn't safe enough." Because everyone was flying everywhere.
Yeah, I heard. Because there's like a lot of dancing in it as well.
Yeah.
And like desks that move.
Yes, exactly. And then we just didn't do the show and went to the pub and got drunk. But it's
That's
one
your
of my
opening night
in Birmingham, and it was one of my favourite memories of life.
Yeah, because that's crazy.
I found it funny.
in that skirt with
Yeah.
your with the
'Cause
hat.
it came to about here, didn't it? What did it? Yeah. And then
Yeah.
the Balenciagas came to about here, so I only had like this amount of shin out.
That's so funny.
And it was the way that we tried 3 times to open it. Babe, it was amazing. And then we finished in Dublin and we just got drunk the whole time.
Did you?
Oh, God. Sorry, Mum, if you're listening. Yeah, she does listen as well. But I love that that's how both of our stories began.
I know. Isn't that so
Judy
crazy?
birthed both of us.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest parts I've done, which is so funny because that was my first one, but you don't realize, but she's on stage a lot.
I know.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like those
Because
three.
I played her when I was 21 years old.
Yeah, I know. That's when I set the line.
And 21 years old. And I don't think I ever actually understood how big that was.
Yeah.
Like
it's
in
crazy.
the Savoy and
In the Savoy.
all of that crap.
No, it's crazy. But I feel like you were also you're one of those people who's very professional. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna have to do it and not think about it and
Yeah,
just like
and
get
just
it
do it.
done. Because there's nothing you can do about it. I had that on my opening night. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
We opened in Southampton, which is quite a big
Yeah, it's
theater,
massive.
and I'd never done a show that even had an ensemble. Like I'd only done like tiny shows before
Wow.
that. And then I came here, did a show in English of all languages. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, what am I doing? What am I... How
is this
did
happening?
I get here? And now, how did you trust me to do this?
I know.
You're just going to have to. And do you know what I like about that part? or like it's scary and you hardly ever do that, is get out and stay out. You're on your own.
I know.
For the whole song.
I know.
Which I didn't realize is
It's
quite rare.
It is rare. And every light is on you.
And there's not a lot of, obviously at the end, like it picks up, but at the start it's just like a little piano and it's just you, your voice, and the audience.
I know.
And you in your little nightgown.
I know.
Scary.
I know. And your slippers.
Your
Your little slippers. But you know what I was just thinking of then? ATG gave me and you our first professional job and leading ladies.
Yeah.
How they took the
Just
gamble on
immediately.
both of us. How lucky are we?
I know.
that
And
they did
we've
that.
worked for them twice. I've worked for them twice. You have too.
Yeah. Pretty
Woman. And I did Dear Evan Hansen.
I know, but they're really lovely like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you do a good job for them, they will have you back.
Be back. Yeah.
Well, guys, this is the end of part 1. Vivian, thank you so much.
Thank
You're a
you.
superstar. I'm going to be asking Vivian some of your questions, so hang around for the Patreon. Bye.